Alright, order for me mao achi media the Collins na ajman. Eche obe before me don Collinto na many also come on afi yanko yenim. Ene mefutu sema me de eba ene se wiase ai we ye nyina ye dan obi eno nti no wo ye bibia orofo na wadwene mienu ebi anne de ugu na nimtia no nne no nechina obeye ojifo. Anything at all can happen. You understand what I mean? So let us do our best to help each other. We should be each brother's keeper. When you get to the Christendom, that is where denominational churches, if it doesn't belong to one particular church, it's like they see you differently. And this is one thing I also like about the Muslims. They are together, though within the Muslim community, they also have various types, the Sunnis and the rest. But they do come together. Togetherness is the key. So let us build the strong force of unity. Unity is what we need. Unity can uplift the image of Mother Ghana. Face the country, face your attitude, face what of you, face what of you. It all boils down to unity. Let us actually concatenate into us the spirit of nationalism, the spirit of patriotism is what we need. Really? That is what we need. I'm doing this or doing that. I don't belong to this party. I belong to this party. Doesn't come into play. That is all what I have to tell you now. So let us do things right. Let us set our priorities. African leaders. Anytime we mention the word corruption, then people actually cast their mind to politicians, businessmen, and all. Corruption doesn't limit itself around these people that I talk about. You individual, the community that you live, where you find yourself, you can be a corrupt person in diverse ways, not necessarily money, siphoning money that belongs to government or that belongs to the family, that belongs to a group of people, and one person taking charge of that. But our attitude, the attitudinal character. Are you time conscious? So if you are not time conscious, then you are corrupt. If you don't have this kind of nationalism or patriotism, then you are corrupt. So anytime we talk about corruption, don't just focus your attention on the politician, businessmen, and the people that you think they are corrupt. Well, they are, some of them are. But what about you? Ask yourself dollar questions. Have you ever sat down one day to think about this country, Mother Ghana? Someone started it all. And we must continue. A luta continua. It's not about fight. It's not about misunderstanding. It's all about unity. Let us have a strong unified force. And trust me, Mother Ghana will be a place, a convenient place for all of us. But on the other way around, if you think the kitchen is too hot, you better get out of it. So our leaders, those in authorities, I am actually airing this thing. This is my view. Those of you who don't have this country at heart, but you use this country's resources aimlessly. You use this country's resources for your parochial interest. You don't take this country at heart, embezzling and siphoning government money. Anytime it becomes a syndrome, anytime you find or you see something that belongs to the state, now this is for Abine, who is government. That is why Abraham Lincoln and a few others describe government as a government for the people, of the people, and by the people. So all of us get involved, all hands on deck. Let us all do what we can to make sure this country stand on its toe. Look at our economy. Look at other factors that bring socio-economic development of this nation. Though it has been entrusted into few people to manage it, they also need our help. They also need our assistance. Are we assisting them? Are we fixing our attitude? Are we fixing ourselves? And you, the government, those that authority, if the poor taxpayers, if these poor people pay their taxes, what do you use the tax for? Do you use it for intended purpose? That is a multi-million question I'm asking you, the leaders. When the taxpayers pay their money, when they pay their taxes, do you use the taxes for its intended purpose? Ask yourself so many questions. Right? And you, the one who is also blatantly refusing to pay your taxes, what do you expect the government to generate? What revenue do you expect the government to generate to construct that gutter, to construct that road, to do all this kind of developmental projects that you are always wanted to have in your community? You see, all of us supposed to come together. All of us supposed to have something that will actually gear this country to its proper pedestal. Else, we keep on blaming others, shifting goalposts, shifting blame game syndrome. That is where we need to stop. This country is not for MPP and it's not for NDC, it's not for any political party, it's not for any individual, it's for all of us. But the fact that all of us cannot actually assume that high office at the same time, that is why 275 constituencies, we have our reps or we have our representatives. We're talking about the members of parliament. From there, you come to the regional. From the regional, you come to the district and the municipalities. We have all these leaders, chiefs, queens, all those in authorities. What are we doing to make sure this country works? Let us face our attitude. Let us face. It's a mindset. Where lies our patriotism? Where lies our nationalism? Some people, some of our forefathers, they toiled. Some died in prison. Not because they are criminals, but because they wanted this country to stand on its toe. Some shed their blood. Now it's about time for you and I to stand collectively, to stand as a unified strong force and continue where they left it. What do we see today? Disintegration, ethnicity, political divides. Politics is dividing this country. Democracy. What do you mean by democracy? That is the rule of the people, the rule of law, supposed to be equal, the equity of the rule of law. Is that what we are experiencing now? Now, we can say that we are all Ghanaians, but let me tell you emphatically, let me tell you that some are more Ghanaians than others. Why am I saying this? If you have money, if you have power, if you have authority, if you have all what it takes to make life meaningful, then you are Ghanaian. Some 2 square meals a day becomes a problem, becomes a challenge. Others, they have it in abundance. What on earth do you enter somebody's house and you find fleet of cars? Are you telling me that you are the only intelligent person in this country? Where is Mobutu Sese Seko? Where is Sani Abacha? Where are so many people that actually took power drunkards, those who took power at heart, held the whole country into ransom? Where are they now? They are nowhere to be seen, meaning they've gone back to their creator. They looted the country. They run the country as their bona fide property. And Prabhukasa, where are they? That is why, we are in a democratic dispensation, but sometimes the same democracy also put it into a different perspective. In the name of democracy, people are siphoning government money, actually scramble the national resources for their parochial interests. Look at our politicians when they are scrambling to get power, when they are actually campaigning, they are on their various platforms during campaign time. Listen to the kind of messages that they preach. And after the message is preached, do they practice the message? That is my question. Do they practice the message that they preach to you? Now, as soon as you vote them into office, you give them the power. They're supposed to be your servant, not you serving them, but they're supposed to be our servants. And what do we see? When it comes to Africa, it is in the reciprocal. We voted them into office. What do we see? Because you too, you also sold your conscience. Because during that election, they also gave you money. You always wanted to have in your community, because you sold your legal right. Rich or poor. No, we are talking about the people who can actually stand firm and work so hard to actually uplift the image. The fundamentals of this particular country today is pedestal. Let us be frank to ourselves. As a real Ghanaians, let us do things right. Let us stop pointing fingers at others. Meanwhile, what we are doing is also equally, is tantamount to the same thing that they are doing. So who is fooling who? Thank you. I'll rest my case. My name once again is Collins. I'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, stick and stay. The message is very simple. Think positive about Mother Ghana. Mother Ghana is the only country that is your motherland. You can run, you can go elsewhere all over the world, but you will still come back. You travel to so many countries, but no matter what, you come back. You can enjoy life to its fullest in America, in Europe, Australia, Asia. Can't think of all the continents all along the globe. You can go there, struggle, work so hard, but you can't stay there and enjoy life. You need to come back to your country and enjoy that your labor, the fruit of your labor. Think twice. Think twice. See you.